Just blocks from the White House, in the heart of America's capital, a shocking ambush. 2 members of the West Virginia National Guard shot while on patrol. 1 young soldier dead, another fighting for life. The suspect, an Afghan-origin immigrant with past ties to war. Tonight, we dig into what happened, why, and what it means. On November 26, 2025, at about 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 National Guard members were ambushed near the corner of 17th and I Streets Northwest, close to the entrance of the Farragut West Station, just 2 blocks from the White House. The shooters fired an estimated 10 to 15 rounds. The attacker used a .357 Magnum Smith & Wesson revolver. After the first shots, the assailant turned and shot at the second soldier. Other Guard members responded. They returned fire and subdued the suspect. He was wounded in the process and taken into custody. The attack was formally described by authorities as an ambush-style, targeted shooting, not a random act. The 2 Guardsmen were identified as Sarah Beckstrom, 20-year-old Army Specialist, and Andrew Wolf, 24-year-old Staff Sergeant, both from West Virginia. They had been sworn into service less than 24 hours before the shooting. Their deployment to D.C. was part of a larger mission by the Guard under orders tied to the Capitol security. Sadly, Sarah Beckstrom succumbed to her injuries on the evening of November 27th. Her death was confirmed by federal authorities and mourned nationwide. Andrew Wolf remains in critical condition, according to official updates. The suspect was identified as Rahmanullah Lakanwal, a 29-year-old Afghan national who had previously served with CIA-backed military units in Afghanistan. He came to the US under a refugee resettlement program in 2021. Prosecutors have charged him with assault with intent to kill while armed and possession of a firearm during a crime of violence. After Beckstrom's death, those charges have been upgraded to first-degree murder. The West Virginia National Guard, along with other state-level Guard units, had been deployed to Washington D.C. as part of federal efforts to increase security and assist local enforcement. They were tasked with presence patrols, metro station security, and other support roles. The fact that 2 young Guardsmen, freshly sworn in, could be ambushed near such a high security zone has triggered widespread debate about the nature and purpose of the Guard's presence in the Capitol. The suspect's background, former affiliation with CIA-backed units, arrival under a refugee resettlement initiative, has added fuel to political arguments about immigration, vetting processes, and national security. After the shooting, some politicians and public voices used the incident to call for stricter immigration controls and reviews of asylum or resettlement programs. Authorities, including federal prosecutors, now treat the shooting as a potential act of terrorism. The suspect is under guard at a hospital. Charges are severe: murder, weapons violations, etc. The incident spurred the deployment of additional Guard units to D.C. as security concerns surged and officials sought to reassure public safety. For many, the shooting is a tragic reminder of vulnerability, even near the seat of power. Families, fellow soldiers, and citizens expressed shock and grief. Memorials and tributes have begun for Specialist Beckstrom. The incident is also fueling political and social debates about immigration policy, refugee vetting, the role of the Guard in domestic law enforcement, and whether stationing troops in civilian areas increases risk rather than ensures safety. Motive: authorities have so far described the shooting as targeted, but have not confirmed a motive. It is still unclear why the suspect chose these 2 Guard members, or what his intended goal was. Why these soldiers? Beckstrom and Wolf were newly assigned, sworn in less than a day before. Did the shooter know this? Was the attack random or planned? Investigations are ongoing. Broader implications. Will this event change how the Guard is deployed in domestic settings? Will there be changes to immigration and asylum vetting, especially for refugees with prior military backgrounds? Many in government are already pressing for reforms. In a city built on symbolism, the White House, the Capitol, the corridors of power, this attack hits deep. It reminds us that security is more than patrols and barricades. It's about trust, oversight, and the fragile line between protection and vulnerability. As the investigation unfolds, as families grieve, and as debates rage, one thing is certain: we must remember the names, the sacrifice, and ask difficult questions about our national priorities. If you found this video insightful, hit white heavy checkmark like, subscribe, and ring the bell for daily news updates. Let's stay informed, together.